What's up, guys?
All right.
Oh wow, the video is so off
How
on
we
my
doing?
tablet.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
All good.
Mine is a little bit too on my OBS
Yes.
recorder, but oh well, we're gonna have some fun.
Oh well, it's gonna work.
I can't see you guys. Are you guys there? No, I'm just kidding.
Guys, we gotta start over already.
Yeah. So something came through the wire. You hit us up ASAP with this. Was it on Saturday, Nick?
Yeah, it was. I forget what day it was. It was sometime last week, I think, that I saw it, and I've been wanting to talk about it, but we could never line up our schedules. And so now we're getting to it. Have you guys know about the new Batman movie, right?
The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Is it the Batman
No,
or Le Batman?
It's the.
It's one of them.
It's the.
Yeah, this is they're labeling it as the Batman.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Ben Affleck was actually set to direct this one, right?
I believe so. I'm not
He was
sure.
originally set to direct it, and then he handed it off to Matt Reeves, is what I heard.
Oh, okay.
Or what I read. What I heard, like somebody told me.
It was Nick. Nick told you.
I forgot when I told you that.
Yeah, no, I was reading on Wikipedia. Ben Affleck was set to direct this one, and then he handed it off to Matt Reeves in 2017. So he stepped down entirely in 2019. I'm not sure what Wikipedia means by that, but I don't know a whole lot about this version of Batman, the Batman. The artwork seems familiar to me on that article you sent over, Nick.
Yeah.
Especially the one, the illustration with Batman sleeveless with the, the mask and on that motorcycle.
Yeah, Zero
That
Year.
looks so familiar and iconic to me, but I can't place it.
It's a 0 Year Batman.
Gotcha.
That's the one with Red Hood, which everybody loves Red Hood, and they've been talking about putting Red Hood in one of the Batman films. So
Very cool.
They're hoping this is a 0 Year storyline, because then they'll have Red Hood in it, and Red Hood becomes Joker.
That's so cool. That is really, really cool. That'd be perfect timing, too, with the Joker release, too. Or the Joker film.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is they don't think that they're gonna have Joaquin Phoenix play the Joker.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
they-
they're going to go
really?
another route.
They're talking about having it be a separate universe.
See, that's what I really liked about Marvel. Is that
Yeah.
the characters and actors are very consistent,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not so confusing.
I don't know. Man, after The Dark Knight, I kind of fell off the Batman wagon, and I didn't really continue on that much with even the comics or the illustrations or the animated series. There was a series that was on, I think it was on Netflix, an animated one. You know what? It might not have been a series. I think it was just animated feature.
Was it?
Do you guys remember this or no?
You talking about
Or
the
am I-
Batman cartoon?
There
Yeah.
was.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
know-
a couple of them on Netflix.
There was. Well, they made the Killing Joke, the
Yeah.
cartoon version of the book. I think that was on Netflix.
That's a
Was
really
that
good
on Netflix?
storyline. That's one of the storylines I was gonna bring up was the Killing Joke. That's a thick,
Yeah, I
thick book.
heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
I actually have that comic, actually. Somebody traded me that, and I have the hardcover of that one.
Oh yeah.
The
Yes,
hardcover?
that's a good
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. Edition.
edition.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Um,
That's the only one I can think
Yeah.
of
So what do you got?
that came out.
What do you guys think of the casting? Robert Pattinson
So yeah, that's
playing the Batman. What do you think?
Cody. What do you think?
I don't really, to be honest, I never really saw anything that he's been in, as I never saw the Twilight movies, so I can't
Don't lie.
really say.
Don't lie, Cody. Don't lie.
No, just kidding.
know.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie.
So I don't
I've seen
really.
your blankets and your posters.
That's why your camera angle's different again.
Yeah, I keep rearranging. I gotta move my posters.
Gotta hide your Twilight posters.
I gotta hide exactly. But no, I don't really know much about him. Haven't really seen enough of him to like have a really like strong opinion. But I mean, yeah, I kudos to them if he pulls it off. I kind of made the mistake when Heath Ledger was the Joker, and I was like, him? What the heck?
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
he shut everyone up with that, and then some. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait until I see what they do before I judge. I can't really say yay or nay with him. I've heard he bulked up pretty good with it. So
he tried, yeah.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
I'm sure the suit helps as well.
Yeah, that was what was funny when they cast him. A lot of people were on the fence, or didn't like him, did like him. They whatever. I liked him. I think he'd be a good choice for it, especially since they're going for that younger Batman.
Yeah, that was one of the big things, is that this is a younger Batman that we've seen before in this story, right?
Right. And he can play Bruce Wayne. He has that sophistication and that look to him. He has the jawline and all that stuff to play Batman. His acting's actually really good. Robert Pattinson is a really good actor. Unfortunately, he's more known for Twilight, which isn't really his fault.
Right.
Which, if you think about it, he was known for. He's known for a bat that can become a man, and now he's Batman. Because he was like a vampire.
So he likes bats.
He was a man bat, and now he's Batman. Yeah. But he's actually a really good actor, so I'm excited to see him pull this off.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is like,
I
think for everyone is like the Bruce Wayne part, because I think most people, I mean, he's hidden from the costume and stuff, so naturally they can easily put in a stunt double to do all the action sequences and all that and make it look good and everything. But I think probably the biggest question for people is like, can he play Bruce Wayne more than anything instead of the Batman? At least in my opinion. But
yeah, I think he'll do great at it.
For sure.
When they cast him, I was like, okay, that could work. I see it. And then it was funny. I read an article later as they started production, and they said production is halted due to the fact that Robert Pattinson can't gain weight. He's been trying to gain weight, and he's like me. He's like an ectomorph. So as an
I was gonna say, you guys are both like that, right?
Yeah. As an ectomorph, like you can eat 4,000 calories a day and not gain weight.
Or pounds.
So they're like, the article said that production's on hold for a week because Robert Pattinson's still trying to gain weight, and I'm sitting there thinking, what's a week gonna do?
Right?
How much is he gonna bulk up in a week?
30 pounds in a week? No.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited to see what he does with the role. I remember when they announced Christian Bale as the Batman for The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I was a little like, well, he's not that big. I was like, but obviously, I mean, we've seen in every version of Batman, the costume is going to make you look as big as they want you to look.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, whether you look like that in a tuxedo as Bruce Wayne is a whole nother story. But seeing a younger Bruce Wayne is going to be interesting. But I remember when I saw Robert Pattinson in The Rover in 2014. That was the first thing I saw him outside of the Twilight series. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of the Twilight movies, but that's what I know him for. And but when I saw him in The Rover, that was a very gritty, dystopian, dramatic film, and he was a very different type of character. So I know he's definitely got some chops, even though I haven't been able to see a lot of his work. And I mean, he's been, so many of the film. I'm looking on his Wikipedia article right now, and there's so many film festivals that his stuff is premiered in, stuff that I've never even heard of.
Right.
So he's definitely got a huge range as an actor. And it's going to be extremely interesting to see what he does with the Batman. I was actually surprised when I saw what Christian Bale did with the Batman, how he completely changed from Bruce Wayne to Batman. He almost played two separate characters there,
right,
with the voice change and everything like that. So I'm interested on what a younger version of that is going to be like, if he's going to do that as well. With all the older Batmans, you know, from us growing up, you know, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, the voice was always the same. It looked like the same. It looked like Bruce Wayne with the mask on.
Right.
But, you know, with, you know,
Christian Bale.
The Christian Bale, yeah, he completely made him two different characters, which I thought was really cool.
It was
So
a
I'm
good,
interested
smart
to see
choice.
if, yeah, I'm interested to see if Pattinson does the same thing. From the photos, though, that you shared in that article on Polygon,
Yeah.
he looks like Batman. I mean, bar none.
Yeah.
He definitely looks like Batman to me. So
It's funny that you brought up Christian Bale because they wanted Christian Bale to gain weight. And he's such a committed actor. Not that Robert Pattinson is any less committed, but you know how he lost so much weight for The Machinist? He looked like he was dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he comes in
Yeah.
to film Batman and he walks in like 45 pounds heavier. And they're like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're
Wow.
too big.
pump the brakes, man.
Yeah. So they had to postpone for like another week or two so he could lose weight.
Wow.
Yep.
Christian Bale. Crazy.
I remember that because I watched The Machinist and I was like, I saw him in that, and that was when, I mean, I was a fan of Christian Bale when, you know, obviously you guys know The Prestige, you know what that movie does
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
But,
Phenomenal.
when I saw him in The Machinist, and then I saw, you know, Batman Begins, I was like, wow, this is probably one of my favorite actors right now.
So what did you guys
Oh,
think of the
definitely.
costume in the Polygon link that I sent?
I dig. From what I saw so far, I dig. I think it's pretty cool. It's got the very, very pointed ears, the rounded head. A lot of the Batman masks have always been kind of square, a little more blocky, but this one definitely is unique. So I'm thinking this is going to be a whole new Batman.
It definitely
Yeah,
looks
they're
like
trying to go
that.
the new route.
Yeah, that new feel, that new era. Definitely.
So what a lot of
Yeah.
people have been saying, and I kind of thought this too originally, was it looks a little cheap, which I think that's what they're going for. They're trying to go for like a homemade version of it. Like, I think they're going that Daredevil route. It almost looks like Netflix's Daredevil, but a Batman version of it.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
got like the
I can see
hockey
that.
pads on. The motorcycle looks a little iffy to me. It looks like a the 1960s, 1970s motorcycle.
Yeah.
It looks like
Well,
like a cafe racer, which I like, but
Are these stills from like the movie, or is this like stills from like some guy that just snapped the shots on set?
no, these are
These-
on-set stills.
Yeah.
So these are
look like
actually-
they're on set. Yeah.
These are actually okay.
That's
Interesting.
the actual costume. Now, it could be, again, it could just be the beginning costume. Maybe halfway through the film, he upgrades it. It's just weird if he's supposed to be a billionaire and then he has this like homemade looking costume.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, with the onset stills, somebody's just snapping a cell phone picture. There's no lighting
Yeah.
involved. There's no cinematography, no LUTs. He doesn't have a cape. He just has the cowl. But again, he's riding a motorcycle, so it's not safe for him to have a cape dangling. So they might put that in post and CGI a cape. Who knows? So we can't totally judge it yet until we see the final product. But
Yeah. I was also gonna say, because sometimes they'll shoot like day for night or night for day, so
Yeah.
it might
Yeah.
look completely different. Even though it looks like daytime right there, it may look, in the actual finished product, it may look like it's nighttime, so it'll probably look a little different as well.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
But that's interesting.
And I think this is going to be a much more scrappy Batman. I mean, it's 0 year. I mean, if you look at the illustration in the, from the comic in that article, I mean, he's more mercenary style.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
And I'm looking at his utility belt, one of the shots of Robert Pattinson and the utility belt, and it's still there, and there's still a lot of pockets and stuff going on there, and some round objects and some other stuff. So Batman still got his belt, and he does look like he's got some very interesting weaponry on his gauntlets, the forearms. The shoulder pads do look a little interesting though. This does look a little cumbersome for hand-to-hand combat, to be honest.
Yeah.
But who knows? This could be a version of the costume that he's using just for that bike scene,
Right.
Right.
It could be just a version. Who knows?
Well, the eyes
Okay.
kind of threw me off.
Yeah, that I don't know why. That just makes me claustrophobic.
It just looks weird. It looks like bubbly-eyed, like swimming goggles.
Yes, they actually do look like swimming goggles, and the angle that they're at, they don't look as aggressive.
Yeah,
They look more curious. The eyes don't look like I don't know. For me, Batman is supposed to instill fear.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He doesn't look too scary. Robert Pattinson's lower half of his face looks scarier, grittier than the mask does to me.
Yeah, and the back of the cowl, right up there by the head, it kind of bulges out in the back of his head and looks a little too high up on his head and square. It looks like alien head.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. You know what Cyril said? If you guys go to Discord real quick, you know what Cyril said? He said that it looks like Big Daddy from Kick-Ass. Nicolas Cage's character from Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. I got to remember this. Hold on. Big Daddy from Kick-Ass.
Go to
it
the
does
Discord
a little
real
bit.
quick. I just sent a link.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it does, actually.
Cyril goes, that looks like Big Daddy from Kick-Ass.
A little bit.
He's got that homemade looking costume.
Yeah.
A little bit. I could see some similarities there.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
That's
Big
funny.
Daddy, to be honest, he looks like Batman.
Right, exactly. That's what they were going
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
That's funny. Who else is
I'm excited to see
in
it,
this
though,
movie? Do we
Yes.
do we know
we
who else?
got...
So Paul Dano is playing the Riddler, which I'm excited for.
Oh,
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
There will be
Bring the
blood,
Riddler
Paul
back.
Dano.
Yeah, nice.
Phenomenal. And then Colin Farrell is supposed to play the Penguin, and Zoe Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz's daughter, is supposed to play Catwoman.
Oh, that's right.
Is there any other...
That's right.
Dang, so they have quite a few characters in this one.
Yeah.
Now, the last time they put a lot of characters inside of a Batman film,
Yeah.
I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
I remember the last one. What did they have? They had the Riddler.
The Riddler,
and
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face. Jim Carrey was the Riddler, and
Mr. Freeze.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
I
Mr.
know.
Freeze.
And then I think
Poison
Ivy
Ivy.
was in that one too.
Poison
right?
Ivy
Poison
or
Ivy,
something?
yeah.
There was there was a lot going on with that. And
Yeah.
I didn't really care for that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more of a fan of, the previous 3 Batman films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight films, just focusing on a grudge between hero and villain.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost like a game of chess between them. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Definitely. I totally agree.
It's going to be
Too many
interesting
people at the party.
It's going to be interesting to see what Colin Farrell does as the Penguin, because for me, Danny DeVito just murdered the Penguin the way they did it with Michael Keaton, and he's just
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
hope he brings some sort of vulnerability to the Penguin, because even though Danny DeVito killed it, there was still a vulnerability to his character there.
right.
And I think that the Penguin needs that. I mean, he's a penguin. Such a cute animal.